Welcome back. I know sometimes, a lot of times students have a problem when they're first learning about bonds, understanding how to value them. And so we're going to work an example, and we're just going to use the example that's in your textbook, which is a bond that has a face value of $5,000. So we're going to open up a box here, a function box, and we need to calculate the present value. And I showed you how to do this in another video, but we'll do it again here just so it hopefully makes some more sense to you now. Okay, so if we put in the present value, the calculation of the present value, we've got to start out with our rate. And if you look at the bond, the rate on this particular bond is 11.875%. So let's put that in. And if you look in the fine print, it's kind of hard to see. It says interest is paid on May 1st and November 1st each year. Okay, so what that tells you is this bond is paid semi-annually. Okay, so this rate of 11.875% that's stated on the face of the bond is an annual rate. So to make that a semi-annual rate, we have to divide that by 2. Okay, so now you can see it kicks out to the right, 0.059375, which is exactly half of 11.875. Okay, now let's make the assumption that there's 5 years left to the time the bond matures. It states on the very top that the bond is due May 1st, 2013. So we're just going back in time and assuming that we have 5 years left before this bond matures. So if we put in 5 years, that's the time till maturity. However, we're going to get paid interest twice each year, so we have to multiply this by 2. Okay, so we're going to have 10 interest payments of that 0.059 or that 5.9375% for 10 periods. Okay, so now the next thing it asks us for is the payment. These bonds have a face value of $5,000. That's fixed, and you can see that on the bond. It stays right up in the top right hand side, $5,000. That's what the bonds are worth. So it's like 5 $1,000 bonds. Okay, and if we take that times the interest rate of 0.059375, that gives us what the interest payments are each time. And you can see the interest payments are $296.88 if we round up. The future value is what we're going to get back at the end of the term, or on May 1st, 2013. So that's going to be the $5,000. So notice down here, that tells you if the face value and the market interest rate are the same, the bond is worth $5,000. Okay, but we've been talking about what happens if the market goes up or down. Okay, what would somebody be willing to pay for this bond? Okay, so let's change this. Let's say this is, the market's only at 8.5%. Okay, so you can see it kicks out over here. The semi-annual interest rate is 5.75%. We're still going to have 10 periods. Our payments are going to be the same because the payments are based on the contractual rate, which is the face value, times the contractual interest rate, not the market interest rate like we have up here, but the coupon or contractual interest rate. Okay, so we still have a future value that we're going to get at the end of the term, or at May 1st, 2013, of $5,000. Okay, so if I were an investor, I should pay $5,069.83 for this bond. Why? Because these bonds are still earning interest at 5.9375%. And the market's only at 11.5%. So I'm willing to pay a little bit extra. I'm willing to pay a premium. And the premium then becomes the difference between this $5,000 you're going to get back at maturity and what you'd be willing to pay today. So that's it. I hope that clarifies it a little bit for you and helps you understand. I got an idea. Let's take another minute or two and let's change this and make it over this rate. Let's say instead of being at 8.75%, let's say we went up to 12%. Okay, so now, well, I shouldn't have changed this. Okay, yeah, that's right. It's the market rate. So the market rate's 12%, and we're going to pay it out twice a year, and we still have the 11.875% down here divided by 2 times the $5,000. So this time, notice what we get. We're going to pay out $4,976.999, or $4,977 if you round that up. So the difference between this number and the 5,000 is going to be a discount. So it works, and it shows you exactly why you pay more or less for a bond if the market rate is more or less than the stated or coupon rate. I hope that helps show you exactly what we're talking about and helps you understand bonds a little bit better. We'll see you in the next slide.